Considering adding a Chanel 19 to the collection, well, let's have a look at the medium and the largest and see which we like. Come shopping in Chanel with me. Welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I'm checking out the Chanel 19 bag. 19 for it coming out in 2019. I know this bag's been out for a while and I've always had a love-hate relationship with it. So today I'm heading over to the Chanel store in person and checking it out if it's something I want to consider adding to my collection. So here, just heading over to the Chanel store. And as always, if you like the content in this channel, please consider like, subscribe, and commenting. It really would help. And thank you for those of you who have already joined the family. So here, I am so lucky when I got to the store, they had this neutral color Chanel that's more like a camel color of the Chanel 19. Unfortunately, they only had the large size, but I want to have a look myself. I know that it's been pretty popular despite it's not like, I don't know if it's considered a classic lineup just yet. I think it's becoming a classic. They had the medium side in the yellow tweed, which I wanted to have a look and see the comparison between the medium and the large. The yellow tweed is just so classic for Chanel with the type of material, but I really am leaning towards the leather if I were to get one. But it is really nice to have a look at one in person and also checking out the size difference. So you can see the tweed one here is really beautiful with a back pocket in the back, and it's just so beautiful. But I'm definitely leaning to something more neutral that I can use from day to day to going to and from work. So this Chanel 19, I must say the flap is a little bit heavy, but like the chain is what I'm actually really not sure about. I've been looking at it. It looks a little bit more casual, which I think was the intention, but I just don't love having so many different tones of chain and color. I don't know if I'm just really traditional, so that's one of the reasons, but I do really like the flap and the closure related to it. I just think it's so classic. And it's one of those attainable Chanel bag options currently that you can still buy at the store. Here is the Chanel 19 handbag. You can see it's Canadian at $6,950 for this black one. So this is the one they actually didn't have in store. So I was just checking it out to see what other color options there are. We're going to head back to the store in a sec and just check out what other colors they have. They did have a black one, which I'm still contemplating over. But they also have some really nice cream yellow colors here, and also this white one. But this iridescent calfskin one has just taken my heart. I mean, look at how gorgeous this variation is with the gold silver tone and like the finish metal. But they also had the tweed version, which is quite pricey too. Like for a tweed, it's like $6,700 for the bag. They don't have the yellow one that I just saw at the store, but they had other colors available online that you can see. But I don't know if I want to spend that type of money on a tweed fabric bag at this point. So with that said, I do want to bring you guys back to the store and show you what else I was able to see. But just to show you, the large version is priced at $7,625, and that's a version that I'm seeing in the camel neutral color right now. You can see that there's no fee on the bottom of the bag. And I would say it's definitely lighter than a classic flap, but this one's larger than a classic flap that you normally see, like a small and a large. So I don't know if it's right to compare. You can see there's actually a magnetic closure for the back pocket. It's not just necessarily a back pocket. But looking at it, there is a significant size difference between the large and also the medium. I am a little bit on the smaller frame side, so I feel like a large bag will really wear on me, and I don't really have that many things to kind of put in my bag and go shopping with. So you can see there's a silver one over there on the shelf. Really didn't want to bother the essay to look at all the different ones unless I really mean to buy the bag. But I thought it was really nice to have a silver one, just a little bit too flashy for my wardrobe. And then there's a yellow one there. But I'm really loving this camel one. What do you guys think? I'm not really sure. I'm still leaning towards at least getting a small or a medium, but I heard it's really hard to get nowadays. But I think a small or medium size will definitely be something that's more practical. Maybe a larger bag will be good for people who are carrying lots of things, or maybe a little bit taller. So you can see the price here is $8,375 for this particular one on the large size. I think depending on the material, it's also a different price. What do you guys think about the multicolored chain as well? Do you think it's just kind of like a flash of like design kind of hype for the time being, or do you think it's gonna be around for a while and it's gonna withstand the test of time and become a next classic? Not really sure. So here's the price for the tweed one, $7,350 Canadian. So not sure. I think I still prefer getting a leather bag rather than a tweed one at that price. But they're both really beautiful, and I'm really impressed by the tweed. It doesn't look like dingy or old. I think the yellow really pops as well. And with that said, I'm just looking at I wonder how much I will wear, because I think the classic flat bags, I usually look for ones that are more caviar leather, and this is definitely not caviar leather, which may be more prone to scratching. Which I wonder with the chunky chain, which is quite heavy and you can't remove it from the bag, if it's gonna scratch the inside or the outside. But on the back, you can see inside you can see there's a zip pocket with the Chanel plaque on it and zipper right there. It's a pretty deep pocket, good for more secure items. But yeah, definitely really buttery smooth for the leather. But the chain is just so heavy, I just can't imagine carrying it once I have other items in the bag. Does anybody have a Chanel 19, and what is your experience with using it, particularly the larger size? I just don't love carrying heavy bags because I walk around the city a lot, and it's not something I look forward to if I have to carry all the stuff inside and the bag itself. But I was talking to SA, and they said some of these camel colors and neutral colors are a lot harder to get. I can imagine the glass here just doesn't scratch as much as opposed to kind of flat, shiny, solid hardware. But look how elegant this looks. I really like the closure for this. I would like this probably in a walk version as well, but I don't think I saw anything in store recently. Probably something a few seasons ago, because this bag has been out for a while. So yeah, so there's the camel one right here. I am gonna ask the SA to show me a black one in the corner, which I'm eyeing as well, because I feel I know everybody has a black bag, but black is so versatile, and then where is better? So here I'm a little bit worried about the feet. It is a bit softer, so I wonder if the bag will become very slouchy over time, given it doesn't have as much structure as the classic flat. Because leather over time is just gonna get softer, so it could just become a slouchy bag that doesn't really stand on its own. Right now it stands because they have paper and everything propped up into it, but when it's empty, it's just gonna look very sloppy. I'm not sure. So there's the yellow tweed one, just checking around the store. So here is the beautiful black one with silver hardware for the closure, as you can see here. Definitely not as, I would say, not as classic, a little bit more casual, which is why I think how a lot of people wear the Chanel 19 is more of a casual bag. But you can see the black is a little bit shinier under the light as opposed to the camel one. The hardware with the chain, the silver, looks really hip and more kind of new age as opposed to a classic gold with camel. So what do you guys think? These are both largest. There's either camel with the gold tone or the silver tone with the black. Which one do you guys think I should get, or maybe we would have gotten at this point by the time the video came out? But I love how puffy the leather is. I wonder if it's still gonna stay puffy over time, or if it's gonna sag a little bit, but it feels really luxurious, I must say. And it's such a difference between gold chain and like silver chain. I did not realize that, how big of a difference it makes. I frankly don't have a black bag with silver hardware yet, which I'm contemplating about adding, because it does like kind of add element a bit more casualness to it. But I feel like Chanel is a brand that like it's not marketed as a casual brand that you usually use from day to day as much, at least from my point of view. But like I love how buttery and smooth the leather is. Just want to show you guys the shine from the leather. It's just so beautiful with the accessible back flap. It's nice they included it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review of Chanel 19 and my shopping experience at the store. And I'll see you next time in another mommy review. Take care and stay safe.